What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Cannon Hotep back at it again. Don't mind my dirty truck. I got a lot going on today. Back at it again with the work riff. Matter of fact, let's knock some of this shit down. There you go. There we go. Don't mind my dirty truck, guys. It's had a lot going on today. Anyway, Cannon Hotep back at it with the work riff. Hope you guys will have a wonderful day. Me, kind of busy today. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm down in D.C. making some deliveries before I go back to Baltimore and do some admin work. So, you know what I mean. Anyway, one in the chat if you can hear me. One in the chat if you can hear me. One in the chat if you can hear me. Anyway, how you guys feeling today? Hope you guys having a wonderful day out there. What's going on, Renee? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We got Reaction PR in the building. What's going on? Anyway, so let's get to it. So Kanye West, yay. Went on Tim Pool's podcast yesterday. What's going on, Miss Banky? Went on Tim Pool's podcast yesterday. I think it was the IRL one. I know he got a lot of channels or whatever, a few channels. And ultimately walked off. What's going on, Jabari? So that shit has been like the talk of the town for like the last, like, I don't know, 18 hours, whatever you want to say. And people wanted to know what I thought about it, right? Last night, me and Steph Colonel and Jay Pylon, if you missed it, we were in our Kufi on tight phase last night. If you missed it, go back and check out that stream from last night where we got into that the whole Vegas situation and some more things because simulation is broken, people. Anyway, I digress. So let's start off by saying this. What up, Steph? Let's start off by saying this. It's no doubt in my mind and a lot of people's mind that Ye has been the subject of having a bunch of handlers, right? From the time he been in the game, I think he got him when he was 24, some shit like that. I think he said, he's had a bunch of handlers, okay? And some of these handlers helped him, some of these handlers hurt him. As of recent, a lot of these handlers hurt this man. I would argue to say more recently when he got with with Kim Kardashian, but I digress. But a lot of these handlers hurt him, right? Now, me and a friend of mine was having a conversation about this, and it was like, but the thing is, he keeps saying all of Jabari's people. If you don't know what Jabari's people mean, just read between the lines. We can't say, the chosen people like that. I can say the chosen people, but we use Jabari's people. So, not all of Jabari's people. Like he keeps saying Jabari's people, and it's not all of Jabari's people, right? Now, I put it like this, and I said, okay, I'm a black man, and let's just say I was a slave, right? And the white man was whooping my ass. I had a number of white people whooping my ass, whips and making me pick cotton and sicking the dogs on me. When I got free or I got away, when somebody asked me what happened to me, I'm kind of jaded. You feel me? I'm jaded. I'm like, yo, the white man whooped my ass. The white man whooped my ass. Not meaning to generalize, but that's all I know. So when Kanye starts talking about the chosen people, aka Jabari's people, even though it seems like he's generalizing, I don't think he's generalizing. I think he's saying it because that's all he knew to be around him. They were handling his money, they were handling his career. You feel me? Shit, in some cases they were handling his marriage. You know what I mean? They were his handlers, and that's all he knew as far as when it came to Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Those are the people who were in charge, right? Now, anybody with a modicum of common sense would know that when Ye was talking about them people, that he wasn't talking about everybody. I mean, come on, we know that, right? You know, um, Just like, people that have a modicum of sense about them know that when, let's just say, Candace Owens starts talking about the black community, she's not talking about all black people, right? She's talking about the black people that's doing, harm to the black community or the criminal element of the black community. However, with that being said, I'm one of those people that don't like to generalize because I feel like you do a disservice to the rest of that community. So I try my best to kind of be more specific, right? Not a gross generalization, but more like if I do generalize, it's backed up by some statistics. You feel me? I might say group A. Let's just say the group A is 80% more likely to vote for Democrats than group B, right? Even though I kind of generalized, I gave you a statistic about group A, right? Which tells you basically it's like, okay, yeah, majority of group A votes Democrat, but it also tells you that, 20% of group A don't. You know what I mean? So if I do generalize, it'd be more specific and not like a gross, just overall encompassing generalization. But see, that's neither here nor there, right? Now, Ye going through some shit, right? You got his trainer, his trainer, who's like some kind of like psychological operative with the Canadian Special Forces or some shit, sending him text messages telling him he gonna have this nigga drooling on himself and some more shit and play dates ain't gonna be the same, right? He come out, he go on Drink Champs and he's telling his story, right? This is Ye's reality. Now this isn't the reality of a lot of people, right? You know what I mean? I'm not oppressed by any of the chosen people by the Jabaris. You know what I mean? I'm not oppressed, right? What you say? What you say, Steph? Woo! You low key think Ye trying to sabotage conservative Inc. I'm almost there with you, but I think more than Ye trying to sabotage it, I think Milo and Nick Fuentes is trying to sabotage conservative Inc. But that's another story for another time, guys. Koofy on tight on that one. Anyway, where was I? Oh, that's Ye's truth, right? That's Ye's reality. His reality is these are the people that handled all my shit. Now that I'm coming out talking about the shit that I've been wronged about, right? Because he's been wrong. I've been wronged about it, and even though I'm generalizing, I'm saying that the sect of people who has been in charge of my shit, who is now doing me dirty, right? They're the same ones still fucking him up, right? So he made mention to him wanting to open his own bank, right? He said it cost about 50, 75,000. The minute he goes to try to open his own bank, right? The minute he tries to open his own bank, boom, Adidas come out and say, yeah, you owe us $275 million for like advertising. And then on top of that, now they're trying to come after him for tax evasion. Sound familiar, people? I'm not taking up for Bill Cosby. Well, wasn't Bill Cosby trying to buy NBC? And what happened to Bill? Robert Banks says nobody ever asked Jay, are you saying all redacted? Because they know he's talking about the people who run the industries he's in. If they allow him to clarify, they can't grift on it. I agree, bro. I agree. I agree. Right? I agree. So, right, so check it. Now getting back, so now we know that Ye's been wrong, right? We know that people have taken advantage of him in the entertainment industry, right? So Timcast is run by a journalist named Tim Pool, big YouTuber. I think he was like one of the co-founders of Vice News and shit like that, right? So he has a podcast. He has a couple of podcasts and shows on YouTube, right? I agree with you. I agree with you. Who's this? F Sweat. I guess Ethereum Sweat. Eth Sweat. I agree. Right. Either that or Milo is a master grifter. Anyway, shit, I don't know. He might be up for Grifter of the Year. This one. Anyway, so we know that, like I said, we know Ye been wrong, right? That's his reality. And the people that's been wronging him, he said, these are the people that have been wronging him. Now, yes, is he generalizing? Yes, but is that his reality? Yes, right? Now let's take it back to Tim Pool's show. So I was watching some of it before we went live last night, and then I watched the rest of it. I think he was only on there for like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes before he walked off the show. Now, Ye warned Tim Pool that, he's not going to defend the generalization, right? Because basically he's like, it's minutia. Like, y'all know I'm not talking about everybody. But when y'all do this, telling me to be specific, if he feel like it's taken away from his message, right? I get it. But then, like I said, as a person being like, I'd rather you not grossly generalize. I can also see where Tim Pool was coming from, right? Because Tim Pool got a lot to lose, right? So if you let Kanye come on there and he generalize and generalize and generalize, Tim Pool's channel, that he could get a strike. They could take that show down. He could be banned for 7 days, like they do all of us and shit like that. So he's got to be careful on his platform, right? That's one thing I understand, right? Also, I honestly think that Tim Pool was being fair. I think Tim Pool was being fair. I think he was trying to get to the whole, hey, let's not generalize, he'd rather him say, like some or whatever, right? I get that. Ye thought that Tim Pool was on that Lex Friedman shit, right? I don't really think that. I think Ye Ye is kind of like shell shock, right? He got some battle damage to him. He got some fucking PTSD. You feel me? So he didn't want another Lex Friedman situation. You feel me? He didn't want another Pierce Morgan. You know what I mean? So I think that Tim was just trying to be more specific so he could kind of be, like I said, he was being fair. He didn't, disrespect Ye and none of that other shit. I think Kanye missed a golden opportunity to set the record straight. I think Kanye missed a golden opportunity last night to set the record straight on Tim Pool. I think Tim Pool would have been more than fair with Kanye if he would have stuck it out and made his voice heard, right? Who's this? Del Capello says Tim knew what he was getting when he had 2 decades of Kanye game footage. Miss Banky said, I just wish we got more Ye comedy before he roll. Ye is best when he's funny and let things roll off. That's true, right? But like I said, Tim Pool was afraid that Ye was gonna say some shit that was gonna get him canceled. Period. Right? But at the same time, I think Tim was being fair. I think Tim was trying to lead Ye into saying that he wasn't talking about all the redacted. He wasn't talking about all the untouchables. He's talking about a certain sect of the untouchables that run Hollywood and entertainment, right? Because I don't even think that Tim Pool don't believe that. I think Tim Pool believes what Kanye's saying. He just wants Kanye to be a little more cognizant and try to give him some bail. That's what I think, right? That's what I think. Demon that says he don't like the people around Ye. I think Milo is Ye's new handler. Milo was Fed informant. Yeah. Not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, ain't Milo one of the chosen people? Ain't Milo one of the redacted? Ain't Milo one of Jabari's people? Let me know in the chat. But I think Kanye missed a golden opportunity by walking off. I think he could have set the record straight on Tim Pool and got his voice heard and his point across last night, right? But I think that he's been attacked on so many fronts that he's in red alert mode right now. He's in red alert mode. He think everybody out to get him, right? Now, as far as him walking off, I don't think he should have walked off. I think he should have stuck it out because that makes him look weak. You need to get right here? You need to get right here? I got you. I can move. Yeah. So That made him look weak, right? And I say that because he's saying he want to run for president. And the minute you hit with a question you don't like, you get up and you walk off. How does that make you look? Right? So when you go to these debates and they say some shit or they bring up something from your past that you don't like, right? What you going to walk off you gonna walk off the debate stage? You gonna do a tantrum and walk off the debate stage? No, that's not how you can't operate like that. You can't operate like that. You know what I mean? You gotta have that conversation. You gotta have that conversation. Tim Pool's like, yo, can't generalize. And if you feel like you can generalize, right, then tell them, yo, this is why I can. Take them to task. Take them to task. You know, we need good civil discourse. I don't think it's lost on Tim Pool that Kanye been wronged by a certain sect of people in the entertainment industry, right? See, the thing is, that's all he know. We not in that world, right? We not in that world. I think majority of everybody that's in that world know who runs what. That's why you see when they attack Kanye, they attack him on the anti-Semitic stuff, but they also attack him on going to see Trump. They attack him on his George Floyd comments. You know why? Because majority, especially like black folks, right? Majority of black folks, a good amount of black folks here, I'm just kind of like generalizing, but I'm not, right? Agree. He's like, yeah. You know what I mean? So they don't really got the sympathy of majority of the black folks, right? You know what I mean? And then another thing is, and I'm sitting there, and people are like, well, why you can't lump in all of the chosen people, right? Okay, if that's the case, and you can't lump in all the chosen people, then Fox News, stop lumping in all black people when you talk about us. Hey, CNN, stop lumping in all white people when you're talking about them. When you're talking about the white man is the greatest threat to America. That's a hell of a generalization, ain't it? When you talk about black kids and black kids in Chicago and black kids in Baltimore, Fox News, and I mean that's a gross generalization. So if he can't generalize those folks, right? Then y'all shouldn't be generalizing the rest of us. And like I was telling one of my friends, I'm like, yo, that's my biggest criticism about like Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum, right? Do I agree with them all the time? Nah. Do Candace be on point with what she be saying? Yeah, Candace be on point with the shit that she be saying. But she grossly generalizes black folks, and that's what rubs people the wrong way, right? You know, like I said, now if you want to generalize but give like some stats and statistics, I got you. When you grossly generalize in a group of people, you know what I mean? I kind of like, all right, I get what you're saying, but you need to clean that up a little bit. Now, do I think Ye should clean it up a little bit and be like, look, all the chosen people I deal with, this is what they done to me. Now he not generalizing everybody. Now he like, yo, no, the motherfuckers I dealt with, this is what they did to me. This is what I don't like. Right? That's what I'm talking about. He ain't talking about the average Jabari. He talking about the ones in power. He talking about the Soroses, you know what I mean? The Rubens, you know what I mean? The Cohens, the Weinsteins. You know what I mean? That's what he talking about. Right? Because let's face it, like most of the managers, right? Yeah, Dave Chappelle said the same shit. But I guess a Dave Chappelle comedian, kind of a lot of truth is said in jest, and it's an easier pill to swallow when he making you laugh about it. But come on, a lot of managers, right? Majority of the managers, majority of the record executives, majority of the movie producers and movie and Hollywood executives. What are they? They're the redacted. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. But then also in this battle that Kanye feels like he's in, he's also got to look out for that friendly fire, that quote unquote friendly fire, right? Like Milo Yiannopoulos was like the fucking talk of the town back in 2016, 2017, 2018, shit like that. And then he fell off. He blames Trump for that shit. I never really knew who Nick Fuentes was. I never really listened to him. I could give a shit less about him, right? But allegedly he was big and he had this groiper thing and he fell off. He blames Trump, right? I think he said Trump was like a cuck for like denouncing white supremacy, which is fucking crazy, right? Like what the fuck you expect him to do? You feel me? But I think that Milo and Nick are out for blood. I think they're using Ye. Ye need to realize he being used by them too. Not to mention, you know, if that's how you feel, Milo, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me in the chat, but ain't Milo one of the chosen people? I'm just saying, you know, not to take away from, Milo. I think Milo is y'all can get mad at me all y'all want. I think Milo, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant dude. You know, whether he's using it for the good grift, for the dark side of the grift, or the light side, or the good side of the grift. You know what I mean? But Ye's being used by them, in my opinion. Right? I guess they're like helping him with his campaign or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. But I think he's being used by them. What Ye need to do is come holler at the Hoteps. And I said this last night on the show. Me and Steph was talking about it. What's up, Dash Shove? I appreciate the $2 super chat. Like we were saying on the show last night, me and Steph, yo, Ye need to come holler at the Hoteps, yo. Ye need to come holler at the Hoteps. You feel me? We ain't got no agenda, right? He need to come holler at Sonny Johnson. You want somebody to run your campaign, yo? You go get with Sonny Johnson. You think he was on the verge of a panic attack? Could have very well been. Would you say? You think he faked it, Emmanuel? He might have. Milo is, but he called him out a while back and said that they have too much power. Damn. Okay, that's what's up. Okay. All right. So he a rogue Jabari. He a rogue Jabari. All right. Got you. But like me and Steph was saying, like you got Sonny Johnson. You want somebody that can give you some good insight on your campaign and what needs to be done in the community. You go holler at Sonny Johnson, right? He talking about he want to start. I think at one point he was talking about crypto and stuff. Go talk to Hotep Jesus. Go talk to Wendy O, right? Go holler at a Jeff Charles. You know what I mean? You want to get a fair take. You keep going. Go holler at Jeff Charles. Go holler at Sonny. Go talk to them, right? We got legal mindset. Right? We got Andrew Esquire. One of the homies, right? He a corporate lawyer. I believe he's a corporate lawyer. Holler at Andrew Esquire. We got the resources, right? We got the resources. We just underrated out here in these streets. Yet everybody want to take our we like Hotep Jesus say, we the tastemakers. Everybody want to take our takes, use our style, but nobody want to give us the credit for it. They just want to call us ashy Hoteps. But that's what he need. He need people like us in his corner. People who ain't going to lead him astray. People going to tell him like, hey, yo, it might not be the time for that. Or, hey, yo, go all in on this. People that's going to be 100 with him. You feel me? Shit, that'd be great. He should do an appearance at HotepCon. That'd be great. Come in, we can have fun, treat him like one of the fellas. I don't know if you can. I don't think they're in his best interest. You know what I mean? I don't think Milo and Nick are in his best got Ye's interest, the best interest at heart. I think they both have an agenda that they wanna execute, and I think Kanye is the best person to help them execute that agenda. And I think that agenda is to see the conservative/Republican Party burn. That's just me, right? Let's face it. That meeting, that dinner, that hurt Trump big time. That hurt Trump bad, in my opinion. That hurt Trump bad. You know what I mean? Can he bounce back from it? I think Trump got enough political capital to bounce back from that. I think he has enough political capital to bounce back from that. Right? But I say this. Ye shouldn't have walked off the show. Do I agree with Tim all the time? No, I don't, but I also respect Tim Pool. I think that he is fair. Right? From listening to what I listened to, I think he was being fair. He's a journalist. He was asking questions that nobody else would ask. He wasn't putting words in Ye's mouth. He wasn't doing none of that. Right? He was being fair, in my opinion. I think that Ye got so much battle damage and he got so much, I guess we would say, for lack of a better term, PTSD going through all this bullshit that he didn't want another Lex Friedman, Pierce Morgan situation. That's where he felt like it was going. But I don't think that was going that way. I think Tim Pool was giving him a lane where he could still put people on Front Street, put a group of people on Front Street, but also say that he's not talking about a whole sect of people at the same time. You know what I mean? But I don't think he should have walked off. I think that made him look weak. I think that made him look like he's incapable of civil discourse. I don't think, and if Milo and Nick were in his best interest, and if Milo and Nick wasn't grifting off of Ye, they'd have got him to come back into the room and finish this conversation out. But they didn't. He didn't because he's their cash cow. You know what I mean? Hopefully that happened one day soon, Emmanuel. Hopefully that happened one day soon. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind going on Tim Pool. Like I said, do I agree with him all the time? No, I don't. You know, but at least he puts the news out there. He gives his opinion, or he puts the news out there and gives his his opinion based on his evidence and his facts and his data. And you can either disagree with him based on your own evidence, facts, or data, or you can just disagree with him and agree to disagree. I'm cool with that. He don't seem like somebody that's going for these gotcha moments, right? I think Ye thought that Tim Pool was going to go for a gotcha moment, and he didn't. I don't think he was ever going to do that, right? I think Tim Pool knew what was in front of him at the point in time, and I think he was trying to tiptoe around a lot of that stuff, but he also needed to keep his own journalistic integrity. I think that's what he was trying to do. Like I said, I don't think it's lost on Tim Pool that, who was pulling Ye's strings when, when the strings were being pulled. But I think Tim was just like, yo, we need to kind of like, for his channel's sake and his reputation, like we need to let's not generalize and say it's all of them. Just you can say it's them, but just say it's majority of them or some of them or it's the ones in power. You know what I mean? Just be more specific. And I get that. Unlike Lex Friedman, who was trying to get him to be like, nah, you need to say specific names. You can't say he ain't even want him giving a specific generalization. He didn't want that. He wanted like, no, you can't say it's the chosen people, period. Like that's when I watched Lex Friedman, that was Lex Friedman thing trying to coax and coerce Ye into apologizing and all this other shit. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, yo, man, you know the whole situation, grifty, period, full stop. You know what I mean? Everybody grifting. Come on, this is all one big grift. Like we say, it's either you on the dark side of the grift or you on the light side of the grift. You know what I mean? May the force be with you. But yeah, I don't think Ye should have walked off. I think given maybe a couple more minutes, 3, 4 more minutes, they'd have got past that whole situation and could have gotten to some real substance. And it would have been great to hear Ye be interviewed by Luke and Tim Pool on other things, right? I don't think they wanted to harp on that shit. Unlike most of the other interviews he's been on, where they were trying to get him to apologize for what he said. No, if that's what you mean, you don't apologize. You said what you meant. That's what you meant. You don't apologize for what you meant. Period. However, I think that would have been a brilliant, a fantastic discussion You know what I mean? The Tucker Carlson interview with Ye was hella crazy. So many reveals. We all know about Jabari's people already. Even the craziest side of the Kardashians changed my whole perspective on the OJ case. Damn. What up, DMW? He said Ye can't get off the subject with a one-track mind. Hey, you could be right. If Tim were really about free speech, he would stream on Rumble or at least stream interviews like Ye on Rumble, but he won't. The bag at YouTube is Tim's priority. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that Tim ain't grifting. You know what I mean? We all grifting at some point, right? We all grifting at some point. I just wish Ye would have stuck it out for just a couple more minutes. I think they would have got past that. I think if he would have stuck it out a couple more minutes, they'd have got past that whole minutia of that shit and could have gotten to some real deep substance. Maybe they try take two. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But what I will say is this: Kanye need to get away from and I don't know these people. It just don't seem like they got his best interest at heart. You need to get away from Milo. You need to get away from Nick. You need to get some real people in his corner. Right? You need to get some real people in his corner that's got that's gonna have his back. That's gonna tell him when he's wrong on some shit. That's gonna tell him when he got a point. That's gonna steer him in the right direction. I don't know if this will ever reach Kanye. You know, I'm a small YouTube channel. By the way, if y'all new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. I really appreciate that. Share the stream out, let people know we live. If you're catching the replay, let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you feel about the topic at hand. You know what I mean? But Ye, if you ever hear this shit, you need to get real motherfuckers in your corner, bro. You need to get real people in your corner. You need to go you need to go holler at Sonny Johnson. You need to go holler at a Coach Felicia. You need to go holler at a Hotep Jesus. You know what I mean? You need to come holler at the Hoteps, period. A Jeff Charles. And the Libya Rondo. You need to holler at some real people that know what's going on. They got their ear to the ground and keep you straight and keep you balanced and keep you focused, bro. Because right now, everybody out, they looking at you as a cash cow and you an easy grift, bro. They're looking at you as an easy grift. They can make a few dollars on, get some notoriety on. And I've been a fan of Ye since I've been a fan of Ye since like 2002. And I told that story before, back when the We Are the Champions remix came out, where he sampled the Queen's We Are the Champions, and everybody was on that shit. Dipset was on that motherfucker. State Property was on there. Ye did his verse. The shit was fire. I was like, who the fuck did this? And then I found out, they said, yes, this dude named Kanye West. He a producer, but he rap. Then I started looking for Kanye West mixtapes. I used to work at a car wash. You know, back in the day, the car wash, you had the CD man at the car wash selling CDs. He had all the CDs. I bought all the CDs. I'm listening to his academics mixtape. I'm listening. I heard, I heard Through the Wire a year before this shit came out because it was on his mixtape. You know what I mean? I thought this shit was fly. Good Morning America with him and Consequence. Good Morning America. Good Morning to Erica, who gave me good head while watching Good Morning America. Like, yo, Kanye, one of my favorite artists. Period. Full stop. Every time he came up with an album, I bought that bitch. I bought that shit. Still a Kanye fan. Still a Ye fan. I went to see him at probably it might have been his first concerts. His first tour. He was at UMBC here in Baltimore. I think this might have been 2003. Matter of fact, it might have been 2003, maybe just going into 2004. I went to go see him in concert on his first tour. You know what I mean? Yo, that Through the Wire original shit was fucking fire, bro. Mayonnaise colored Benz, I push Miracle Whips. That's a bar right there. Mayonnaise colored Benz, I push Miracle Whips. That is a fucking bar right there. But I've been rocking with Ye forever, man, and I'm still a fan of Ye. He did nothing too egregious to make me turn away. But I'm telling you, right? You need to come holler at you need to come holler at the Hotep, Shay. You know what I mean? You need to come holler at Sonny Johnson, Jeff Charles, Coach Felicia, Olivia Rondo. You need to come holler at us, Hotep Jesus. You need to come holler at us. We get you right, man. But see, because we got the interest of the people at heart. We got the interest of the people at heart. We don't want to see this country go down in flames. We don't want to see you go down in flames, bro. We don't want to see you go down in flames. We don't want to see your legacy tarnished, man. Anyway, I appreciate you guys rolling with me. That's my thoughts on the whole Kanye Tim Pool situation. Like I said, he shouldn't have walked out. I think he should have sat through it, and and I think in like maybe a minute or two they would have got past that shit, right? And they could have got on to some more substantial conversation. Um, I don't. A lot of people going at Tim Pool. I don't think Tim Pool was being unfair. That's just me. I really don't think Tim Pool was being unfair. I think he was giving Ye the chance to kind of clarify some things. You know, he don't like when people, just do a gross generalization. And although we all know, and I include Tim Pool in this situation, know what Ye was talking about when he says that, Jabaris or the chosen people. We know what he means. But you got some dumbasses out there, and you got some grifters out there that want to see, Tim Pool fail or Ye fail. That's going to take that shit and spin it. Look at what they did with the Jerry Jones picture. He put a picture of Jerry Jones in the background looking like, what the fuck going on? While some kids, integrating into his school back in 1957. And they took that picture, circled him with a red circle and said, be mad at this picture because Jerry Jones is in it. Just because Jerry Jones is in this picture, he's a racist and he's a white supremacist. Off a picture where it just looked like he just walked up on this shit like, well, what the fuck? What's all these cameras doing here? Now, was Jerry Jones a racist? We don't fucking know. We don't know. It was 1957. Maybe, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? All I know is that you can't make that generalization off of a fucking picture. You can't make the determination off of a picture. Now, if they had a picture of him jacking a nigga up and look like he ready to punch him in the face or some shit, all right, I got you. You know what I mean? Like I said on Uncle Hotep's channel the other night. But you can't judge something like the media will take some shit and tell you this is what you're supposed to be mad at. And for those of you out there who think Ye lost his fucking mind and that he don't know what he's talking about and he blaming the wrong people, just go, go look up and see. Let's go look up and see who founded and owns Def Jam, right? Go see who founded and owned Miramax Pictures, Columbia Records. You know what I mean? Just go see. Just go see. You know what I mean? Like I said, it ain't all the Jabari's people, but the ones in power got some real power, and that's what Ye talking about. Anyway, if you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. If you got a Rumble page, head on over to Rumble. Cannon Hotep on Rumble as well. We go over the Rumble on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yesterday was Monday. I wanted to talk about some shit that was special, but most time it's gonna be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and maybe Saturdays, something like that. We do Rumble exclusives. So we'll start out here on YouTube, and then when we want to get exclusive with the shit, we cut the YouTube feed, head on over to Rumble, and keep it pushing. You feel me? But anyway, Cannon Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, stay strapped. Hey, Ye, come holler at us. Holler at you.